why? What's not? Oh, okay. I'm like, it's just moving. That lighting is terrible. Oh, why? Because you don't have this lighting on. Dang, that forehead look like it is high lit. Bow. Ooh. Bow. That is supposed to teach you about that highlight stuff, Lord. Give a little shade. Give a little shade. Give a little shade. She cute, even with her hair half done. Y'all better stop. Give a little shade. Yes, I have to separate it from where it's done and where it's not done. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 y'all. This is Sylvie414. Y'all, something gotta give. I'll mess around and start sitting back in my computer chair so that I can have a back. Because the recliner is just, I love my recliner though. But the posture, just do not be posturing on my videos when I am sitting back in my recliner. And because if I sit back in it, I gotta put my legs up. It's not gonna be comfortable if I'm sitting back in it and my legs are not up. It just ain't. Maybe I'm spoiled, but I don't think so. So I just sit forward a little and do it that way. Y'all know I told y'all about this phone. This phone was on 100%. I took this phone off the charger, have done absolutely, positively nada. And somehow, this phone is on 87% now. Just because it's at, and maybe got a few notifications on it. I ain't gonna say it ain't getting no notifications. What's going on, y'all? Y'all please forgive me. I didn't come live. And look, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I've been live and I've been live 5 days for the most part. Because it's been a lot of transition since I've been here. So I'm still not gonna knock myself. I've been live at least 4 days. I don't think, could be wrong, but if so, only once. Since I've been coming live, I've been faithful. I'm saying that. I've been faithful. Faithful to the lives. Cutting up them videos and staying on top of going live every day, that's hard. So I am going to just make sure I am going live and posting content daily. I'm not going to beat myself up. Y'all gotta excuse me, my ankle itch. I'm not gonna beat myself up too bad about, you know, getting all the content out of one video. I'm working on, this is what I'm working on. Look, when that thing changed, it looks like no, because ain't nothing open for a wind to blow. It looks like the sun does something different or something. Look, this is, I don't know, the lighting just be changing behind me, y'all. That it used to happen when I was in the room. Because I was going to say, maybe the wind is blowing the shade, but my windows ain't up. I have not had my windows up in a minute. And I said, when I had said that I got outside air conditioning, I said, the onlyest way that my windows are going down is if the outside air conditioning doesn't work. That river over there blows great air through these here winters. But that sun up there, it gives that river a challenge. That sun's very, very hot. Yes, it is. So once that sun starts challenging that river, I start putting the air on, the AC on. People like to be comfortable. I don't want to be cold. And even look, I'm telling a story about my AC and me being on my iron properly. I just got my call to go get my iron infusions because I'm on iron and I have been taking iron and I have been eating a multitude of spinach. Blended up like smooth and green like salad and on my burgers off the grill. But no, and tacos. But when I say I stuff my tacos until I can't put any more. Even when I was doing lettuce, I stuffed my tacos till I can't put any more of the green stuff in there because I like the green stuff, and then I put the cheese on top of it. I don't have a heap of meat. I don't have to have a heap of meat. I just need my meat to trail my taco shell. Tacos sound good. Tacos always sound good. I can have Taco Tuesday every day. Oh, um, oh yes, y'all. I was getting ready to get started. So, my oh yeah, I hope y'all have had a good day. That's where it was. That's where it was. My day has been. It ain't been bad. I ain't been hurting y'all, and feel it. The man who says, I know you should me. People know who I am. And that's probably true because if I ain't saying Philip, I'm saying the ogre. And it might be my other page. I don't know. I probably call his name on this page because he'll come right in when I'm going live and interrupt and interfere and shit. So, but anywho, he took me around to handle some business this morning. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. I just took a nap. I've been up about at this point, for real. At this point, I've been up for about 45 minutes. It was just a great nap that I needed because of this day that I'm about to tell you about. When I say I was watching the night and day, guys, I don't even know what that show was about. I just know what the name was because I ain't see much of it. I just kept hearing them talk. All them daggone telemarketers calling my phone. I woke up and there was 6 missed calls. Telemarketers. Every time there was a missed call is when I became cognizant that I left my phone on. And I left it on purpose. But every time the call went on, it don't pause the iPhone. I don't really know about Android, even though I have one sitting right here. It doesn't pause the iPhone, YouTube on the iPhone. So once the telephone stops ringing, it's like I'm hearing somebody talk. So it served kind of as a disturbance, but not much, because buddy, that nap there, this gal needed that nap there. Woo! I'm telling you something good. For it to still be sounding like I just woke up and I've been up for 45 minutes. Yeah, that part. Oh. I did not do a full face. I think the last time I came on, I had on a full face. But I was saying I look real highlighted and stuff. But I didn't do a full face because I had on, I just did my eyes this morning before I went to the doctor. Before I went out to the university because I told y'all I'm going back to school, but my clientele is just trying to. So I went out there. I had the wrong dates. That I was supposed to come out there. It's not supposed to be until August the 1st. I thought that they said July 1st they started doing the applications with no application fee. So it was for the entire month, but they're saying it's for 2 months. So I just got to go back out there. I left my transcripts with the young man in admissions so that they would have that part. I might go ahead since my transcripts. Since I thought that I was going when they said they needed my transcripts, I thought that that meant that I had to do my admissions there. I'm just go online and see if I can go ahead and at least complete that part and go ahead and add them to um, my FAFSA because they were not on my FAFSA. So look, and there go the name again because when we went out to the campus, the first thing you saw, like, and I ain't never paid that any attention, and I've been on that campus enough to have paid it attention, for different reasons. For different reasons, I've been out there. I didn't go to the wedding. I don't even know why I was out there for that wedding. I've been out there because my church is associated with the music ministry out there. So I've sung out there with my choir. I've been out there to support the choir since I've recently gone back to the church. Like I've been out there for different things. My cousin used to go to school there. So I've gone out there enough to have noticed that building that sits right there to the right of me. And I wasn't out there looking for the journalism school, but it was just there, like Bow Scripps, School of Journalism, and that's the news channel that's on this TV. So that's why I was like, oh, it's right there, because as I was talking about it, it popped up the Scripps. You know, I take stuff like I told my cousin when I saw it sitting like Bow, I was like, okay, God telling me to get ready and get your mind ready on, get your mind right ready on, get your mind right ready on. Come what may. I need you to be in that school. Come what may. I told my cousin today, you know, about some things that the Most High and I spoke about in reference to school. Excuse me. So I told her to cover me, you know. So yes, y'all. Philip has been saying to me all morning, you're not yourself. And as a matter of fact, I'm probably getting ready to pause. I think I'll be all right. I don't want to pause. He's been saying to me all morning, you're not yourself because you're not speaking to people. Actually for the last 2 days. For the last 2 days, he's been saying, you're not yourself, you're not speaking to people. My arm is out of socket. He keep talking about me pull it. That's what the doctor's saying, but this, I have, I'm not good. I can't. I want to talk to my doctor, and then I was supposed to go to the doctor today, and I did not make it to that doctor's appointment because I felt like school was a precedent because I was trying to get that free application fee. I don't have a whole bunch of income flowing around here right now, so I'm trying to do things in wise fashion. And look, my cousin, this was over a month ago. Over a month ago. I'm really almost certain that that woman told me July 1st and not August 1st. I'm really not going to blame myself because I told my cousin, I've been doing out of whack things messing with this elbow with my cousin today and my cousin last night, taking them in the wrong directions and stuff like that. I just haven't been feeling well. Excuse me, taking myself in the wrong direction. This elbow out of socket has been giving me a headache, has been hurting in my eye area and mess like that. And it seems like it's getting worse. I try to make sure that I'm moving it, straightening it out and stuff. Certain areas, I feel it more like, it just feels like it's twisting on the axle almost. And it's swollen. And it felt worse today than it had any day. And so today I broke down and was like I was going to take some medicine. But when I got up at 7 o'clock, I got to take that thyroid medicine. And so I can't take any other medicine for 3 hours. So when I told him, when he said something today, but when he said something this last time, we were walking out of Walmart. And the woman was at the door, and I guess she could see it on my face, and she was like, you okay? And I said, no, ma'am. I said, but thank you. I said, I'm going to be all right. She must not have heard me, probably because I had my mask on, and I have a deep voice, and it carries, and people tell me to use my inside voice. But sometimes I use my outside voice most of the time. That's why people tell me to use my inside voice. But today, I guess it was inside-ish because she couldn't hear me. And so he wound up repeating it to her after, which made me feel like she must have asked again, was I okay? And I let him know I didn't hear, she didn't hear me, Philip. I told her that I wasn't okay. And then he made reference to knowing that all that sun out there probably made me feel worse, which it did, because I was sweating bullets just trying to run errands. I wasn't even working out. I wasn't sweating bullets, because anybody, I post my videos, you know, and my pictures and stuff like that when I be sweating, because I be working out and I be sweating bullets, like real bullets. I drink a lot of that. Even when I fall off. I don't buy regularly anything but this. And I buy it by the case says at least 3. So, nah. Yeah, I'm getting, yeah. So yeah, but to be out there sweating this morning, it was prior to 9, because I told him, this is how I'm gonna tell you it was prior to 9. I told him I just want to take some medicine. I just want to take some pain medicine. I looked at my clock. I said, oh, I got a long time before I could take some pain medicine. It was 8:42. I couldn't take no medicine until 10 o'clock. And now it's way past time. That's why I was going to take a break, because I took that nap. So when I should have been taking more medicine, which would have been around 1-ish, I was taking a nap. I think I went to take a nap in like the 12 o'clock hour. No. I was just getting back from the school. I ain't paying no attention. It wasn't hurting. Yeah. And that's me. You ain't supposed to wait for it to hurt. I know. It wasn't hurting. It wasn't hurting. And then I took a nap. Because I know I had to be napping by the 2 o'clock hour. So it wasn't hurting when I came in. And I know that it was that because my transportation was here to take me to the doctor. I called and canceled my doctor's appointment before I went. I attempted to cancel that, but they wouldn't let me cancel it on the automated system. And there was something, I was in the beginning trying to call the school. So I got off the phone with them, but then because I wanted to know exactly where the admissions was. But then after we got to going, I'm like, well, they should be able to tell us where admissions is when we get to the gate, which it was right there at the gate. So we didn't have anywhere to go, anywhere that we had to drive, and they allowed my cousin to park, basically illegally, so that I could go in there and handle some business. Oh, excuse me. Y'all, I ain't meaning to do all of that in the phone. Look, I ain't even touched what I got. I'm tripping. I'm over here yawning. Bottoms up. Got me a little bit of, this is mango, Stella Rose. I didn't say this the other day when I was drinking a glass. I'm not really keen on the mango. I don't like everything all the way sweet. You know, like, it still has to be a certain taste, because this is really sweet. It's a good sweet, but then I don't know that I just want my wine to be mango. Just like that peach. I don't know that I just want my wine to be peach. Howsoever, that peach, my peoples at work had gave me a drink to make with that peach. And when I tell you that drink was right up my alley. That drink was right up my alley, and it made all things right in the world with peach. Because when I tell you I really don't like anything peach to drink. I'm never gonna drink a peach soda. The one time I tried a peach soda, I was like, peach should never be in a soda. Peach should never be in a soda. Peach should only be in my mouth being chewed up. That's all I thought about when I drank that peach soda. And that's really how I felt about that peach wine when I tasted it by itself. So I made sure I had enough stuff to make the drink that my coworker, well, actually, he was my trainer, But he was I've known him through several jobs, and we also church together as well. So he kind of like people's. That's my like fam, like that. I mean, like we have gone through several. The job that he was my trainer, he was he a trainer when I was there the first time? He wasn't a trainer, but he was something. He was something. He's always been at the top of his game, whatever, because I've been in call center work. Whatever call center. We Facebook friends and everything because we went to church together. He was in the choir for a little bit. He didn't stay for long, but he was there. Um, but he's always been a beast in the call center field wherever I've worked with him at. Um, what was I saying about? Oh, that's who gave me the drink. Yeah, that's who gave me this. Look, good girl. Oh my God, that fly is worrisome. Y'all help me. I do not like the bugs. The bugs is worrisome and they be aggravating because. So look, y'all, insane in the membrane. We're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a few things. We gonna talk about, and I didn't put it in the title. A little bit of Sukiana, a little bit of Carly, just the Carly catch up. I seen somebody post, I think it was Willie D, that he's not satisfied with the charges. I'm going to speak a little about that because I can't remember who I watched that brought that other woman that was convicted of this same thing. And she didn't look like this me. She looked like this me. And that podcast, I really want to say it was Lovely T, but I can't. If it's not, shout out to whatever podcaster it was that brought. They mentioned the Runaway Bride, and they mentioned another woman that had been convicted of what Carly had done. Howsoever, this woman also stole her children's money, I think. And so most of her her time that she got was in reference to her stealing her children's money, if that makes any sense. Because they saying that that podcast that I was watching was basically saying in the title, like I said, I didn't go in and watch it, and I believe it was Willie D that it was bogus charges. Like it felt like it wasn't enough. So we're gonna talk about that, and we're going to talk about some things that I have been one central thing that I have been hearing everybody say in reference to this transgendered issue with this the transgender person that came out and spoke on periods and owning womanhood. So I want to say, I'm not quite sure if that's what the Do Better podcast was about. Because I was watching the Do Better podcast when I heard the reason that we're speaking about Sukiana. And I ain't trying to, I just, I be watching. Still. So I was watching the Do Better podcast. Like I said, I don't remember what it was about. But they got on the subject. He was doing Corey Holcomb. He does Corey Holcomb a lot. So Corey Holcomb and his crew got on the subject of Sukiana. And now I will say this time, when he said that he wasn't going to dig into Lizzo, he kind of dug into Lizzo, and that got me on a whole 3-month conversation on Z-Banger's page. When he said he wasn't going to dig into Sukiana, he did not dig in. He said, I don't have no problem with Sukiana. He said he does not support what she does, which I've not seen a man, even Dr. Umar Johnson was like, I don't support her. He was like, if she want to talk about doing such and such, we can talk about that, making a change, basically. Corey Holcomb basically said the same thing. I don't support her. I'm not gonna knock her. He said, and I'm using Corey Holcomb's words. It's the word in my title. He says, in his opinion, Sukihana is insane. Why did he say that? Because he said that she invites the behavior. She invites the behavior, man. You attract who you are. I'm nosy sometimes, y'all. Nosy just because. I ain't gonna say nosy for the wrong reason. Nosy just because it's right there in front of my door. He says she invites the attention. I can say I agree. Now let me tell you something. There's this big thing, and it's been this way since the dawn that I can remember, that people want to try to say that you invite R onto you by the way that you dress. I don't care what you have on out there in the streets. If you tell somebody no, period, no. Howsoever, it's not just music videos. Every time I watch something about Sukihana, it's wow. It's wow. And I can't even imagine, because God has placed people in my life, and God has brought me to a place. The Most High has brought me to a place. Everybody ain't to this place, and I ain't saying everybody ever gonna get to this place. But God has brought me to a place where, in some, you either gonna accept somebody as in a relationship, or you're not. You're gonna back up. You're gonna do whatever because that might be that. Sukihana could be my niece. You feel me? Sukihana could be my niece. So am I then gonna say, get out my space and my face, my niece? No. I'm gonna do her like I do my daughters. I have daughtered my children, and at this point, because they my daughters, look, at this point I have the mama. I backed up the mama, but at this point I have the mama. But D God told me that I have to do this, so regardless of what anybody say. So Sukihana could be my niece, and I'm gonna say to my niece, no, I'm not digging any of that. I'm not saying don't do what you do. If you got to do what you got to do for your babies to make sure that your babies is being raised and you got what you need for your babies, that's cool beans. I've said it on this podcast, and I will stand by that. You can't then be acting bothered, even if you is bothered. You can't be out here on these streets acting bothered and letting everybody see you sweat. Like, in my opinion, when she went in Tasha K inbox, that's a little bit of letting somebody see you sweat, because you was asking her not to do her job to appease your feelings, your emotions, which means that your emotions are involved in this. You feel me? We gonna get to Corey. If your emotions are involved in this, then that means that potentially, that video where you was talking about selling your soul, but you gotta do what you gotta do for your baby. You know what I'm saying? So you had to do what you gotta do. That didn't mean you was ready. That just meant you were going, you a G on your babies. That didn't mean you was ready for what you was, because you made that whole video. That video didn't scream to me ready. Like I said, that was the first time I experienced you, baby. It was on a video where you was hollering, you wanted to get out of the game, and you didn't want to sell your soul and all that stuff like that. But then all of this coming down, and it don't seem like you was ready. Because they talk like that world over there. That weird world. That world that's trying to migrate itself all into the social medias and stuff. Okay, God. Okay, God. That one. They say it's no joke. Gotta put your big girl drawers on. He says that she's insane because that behavior that she invites, that stuff that you put out there, I've always said that you're going to attract the person that you are, even in relationship. If you is at your lowest place in life, the lowest energy levels, you're gonna attract people just like that. If that is the kind of music you putting out, you're gonna attract people just like that. People gonna. He's saying that's what the little young boy thought, and I promise you, he dug into him too. He dug into YK Osiris. He dug into him, but that's what he thought. Because he very much went back and apologized and everything like that. But then they say that there's this other, that was on a podcast because they showed that the boy, and the boy wanted her to look at his thing because he had it on the camera. And I ain't never, let me tell you something. That is the quickest way to get blocked out of my inbox. The quickest way to get blocked out of my inbox is if you want to send me your private parts. I don't want it. Please and thank you. Never. Why? But evidently it was good to her, and he said, I just want you to rate it. And he handed her the camera, and once he handed her the camera, I guess she rated it. And so he said, you invite those, because he's sitting up here rating pics. He calls that insanity. I don't know that that's real juggernautish. Shout out to Dynamic Reasons. But I can understand where Corey Holcomb is coming from. It's Corey Holcomb. I can understand where you're coming from, though. Oh, makes my brow go down and all that stuff like that. I'm trying to put it out. Because Corey Holcomb say a lot of things I don't agree with. But when he right, he right. And I've said that on this platform many a time. He very much has the right to his opinion. Everybody does. Yes, I something about my hair has had to wear that chair because I don't think it was worn like that. I mean, it is what it is. But yes, so shout out to Sukiana. I ain't saying she's insane. I'm saying Corey Holcomb says she insane. Damn. And then there was Carlyville. Y'all know I had said I just be wanting to take y'all into the mind of Carlyville. Because Carly, and I told y'all JLR is on it. JLR is on it. For reals. I should have put this water in the refrigerator. I've been putting water in the freezers. Another thing I don't do, and I'm not even really hot for real, but I just could have used that water being cold. I done had 2 cold waters today, and they were everything. They were all's the rave. Welcome, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. I thank you to everybody that does so right now. Even views. So, JLR is on it. He is, he's a private investigator, so he is, combing things. So he referenced, he's going backwards. He's going backwards to the actual event. He's covering the 911 calls. He went in, he talked about the Life 360 when her mom talked about that on the interview, the ping on the phone. He tracked how much distance it was from the car, and he was like, it was a long way. He said it was about 1,000 feet. I want to say that the mom, he's saying that the mom went to the car and the cops went to the street where the phone ping came from, and it was about 1,000 feet difference. But he's not understanding why the cops would have went there. These are his thoughts. I think he's saying that the mom is saying, I don't know, y'all. I was a little confused at that part. I was a little confused at where it came in that the cops were at the Payne Street. Howsoever, he's the distance. It's saying that she was not at that car when she called home, when she was speaking to the girlfriend, the brother's girlfriend. She wasn't at the car, and mom said that she spoke with both of them. I don't understand either. I don't understand. Okay, so she spoke with mom about the food. Then she got off the phone with mom and called the brother's girlfriend. They was in the same house. I'm just trying to understand why there had to be two calls made, because she called the brother's girlfriend to tell the brother's girlfriend that she saw the baby, and that's who told her to stay in the car. So even if the brother's girlfriend told you to stay in the car, I'm not understanding why ever you got out. Why? Because he's on getting the story right at this point. We all know that she done hoaxed this jank, but they're still trying to figure out how, wherever she was, so that they can figure out exactly what all charges are going to be. They still working on it, because the lawyer is saying that Carly was the only person involved, but this man, he listening to words, and the JLR is saying he's hearing the lawyer say things like they and stuff like that. If you're saying Carly was the only person involved, then why then is there a need for they? He also says that the day after, excuse me, let's stay on the day first. He's wanting to know why the family ain't called 911. Mom said when they heard her scream, girlfriend heard her scream, why y'all didn't call 911? Girlfriend heard her scream. Mom got on the phone and tried to call her. She said, I just felt like I needed to call her. So you got on the phone and tried to call her. She ain't answering when you tried to call her. So y'all get in y'all car. And all of this, nobody chose to call 911. Not nary a person. Nary a person chose to call 911. Not nary a person. I'm just saying. And then the next day, look, Corey Holcomb brought up insane. He brought up insane when he was talking to Sukiyana. It just is traveling on down the line of the things that I'm talking about. Because this is, to me, this is insanity on mom's part and daughter. And daddy, cause you let it go on, cause you the man. It's your house. Y'all wanted to let y'all be the man, but you let some foolishness go on and do you let some foolishness go on messing with that lady. Because then the next day, after she was reported missing, they went 2 hours away and started looking for her and posting missing signs. They went straight to Georgia. That what JLR is saying. Y'all go check out JLR, investigate. JLR is saying they went straight to Atlanta and started looking for her the next day. The parents did that. The parents that never called the police when their baby was missing. And he is, I don't know where he is. I do know, because he's on her internet. He's on her social media. So he's getting things and stuff. I don't know where he got this video. He has a video of her making this video for her college master's program, to enter into the master's program. And she had to speak on two people that she admired. And so she chose her grandparents. And I heard a couple of times in the video where it said that we gonna edit. First it was saying we gonna edit it out. Then it went, we gonna edit the laughing, but we not gonna edit out the rest of it because it's part of it. But at some point in the video, she's telling you all the things that her grandparents had to go through to get where they are. And Hey, everybody's story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's story. But at some point, she comes out and she was like, my granddad used to go and my granddad used to go and sell drugs in the street. And that just sounded. It sounded so weird coming out. But I guess it took her grandmother by surprise, because then Carly starts laughing in the video, and she says that she's laughing because she's watching her grandmother. I had my phone flipped. I couldn't see what the grandmother was doing, but I guess she was talking about her whole demeanor when she said that her granddad sold drugs. And so that became the theme of the video, that granddad sold drugs, and Carly couldn't stop laughing because every time she looked in the camera, she saw her grandmama, and her grandmama was responding, I guess, because then at some point she says, well, she didn't know that. She didn't know that her husband or her boyfriend at the time was selling dope. And so every time they started back, and mama was cackling in the background. That thing was cackling. Oh my God. Only Carly and mama. Insane. It felt. Go look up the video. I don't know where he found it at. You can go look at JLR's video. Carly speaks with grandparents or something to that. JLR investigates, if y'all want to check out that video. But just something about the way that they kept laughing felt a little insane to me. Seemed a little insane to me. It's just like, because the grandparents were not laughing. Because then she went from, when the grandmama was saying that she ain't know, then she was like, and then the drugs, when he was selling the drugs on the street, that wasn't enough to take care of his children. And so my grandmama had to start going to be a prostitute. And then she starts laughing again, and mama starts cackling, but in all the time, watch the video. The grandmama and the granddad laughed a couple of times. It felt like by the time, see where I'm at? By the time grandma and granddaddy started even, yeah, it felt like they were forced, because this is what the video, it felt like this is what it felt like. Now, I don't know if they was trying to cover their backs because they were on camera. It felt like they didn't know that's where she was going, first and foremost. It felt like, that's what it seemed like to me. They didn't know that she was getting ready to drop that bombshell. Which to me, because she wound up at the end talking about, Ma, didn't you tell me that granddaddy used to sell drugs? And granddaddy, because she wound up saying once grandmama had to start being a prostitute, then granddaddy couldn't take it no more, and then he started using the drugs he was selling, and so he became something like a crack kid, basically, is what she said. But by the end, Ma, didn't you tell me the granddaddy was a crackhead? And she was like, I ain't tell you nothing. So all I got was, sometimes you do hear things about your family members by other family members. You ain't hearing it from those family members. You be hearing it by other family members. So did she hear it from other family members and then just sit your grandparents down to tell them how much you admired them by way of telling their story in the public eye? Is that what you had there? Because that is definitely insane behavior. If her grandparents really ain't know that you would, even if they did it, because it kind of felt like granddaddy was trying to cover his spot at that point. Both of them. You done told the world that they was a drug addict, dealer, addict, prostitute. And this, you got to tell the honest truth. You got to be honest on the application, and because it just speaks to how much you guys have been through. And everybody got a story, and this is granddad's story of being a recovering crackhead, and grandmama's story of being a recovering prostitute. Yeah, JLR is on it. Ooh, he is on it. So y'all know what? Okay, I'm here, Lord. I apologize, but I got big. I'm what you like. It's a purpose. It's a purpose. It's a purpose. Purpose. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I got everybody. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So my concern, because it struck my brain today. I will hope Carly stays safe. Because will they take her as serious if anything was to happen to her? And a real call came in. You know, little boy cried wolf. He was the one affected. I still wouldn't want to see, you know, it's people, they say it's people out here. Well, shoot, I basically heard a video of someone taking back their apologies. I'm not taking, excuse me, their prayer. I'm not taking any of that back. People out here snatching prayers back and blessings and stuff. It's nowhere that I've ever read. I can't stretch that arm. That's Bible. No. It's nowhere that I've ever read in any version that I've ever had of this book. That book that Philip says, why does it say woman? Why does it say woman on it? Because Philip is geared towards women. But there's nothing I've ever read in there. Look, I did it, Felicia. I did it. I did it. Oh my goodness. What was I about to say? Okay, well I'm gonna go to what I was talking about next. Florida. There's a young lady in Florida, 11 years old, who has been arrested. I have not gone in to actually do the story on that one separate to JLR, so y'all can check that out on JLR's page. It's gonna say Carly Copycat. Carly Copycat. I am gonna go in and check her page because I want to follow the story, because this one concerns me, because we concerned about the other side of it, you know. But let me tell you a little story about let me tell you a little story about 911, me and 911. Because you're playing with the law when you do that. You're playing with the law when you do that. And not only are you playing with the law, like I said, what happens if you call and you really need it? You really need assistance yourself. You really need it. Not even gonna put it out there on other women or anything. What if you really need it? But this little young girl says that there's a YouTube challenge going around. This little 11-year-old girl in Florida called. She thought it would be funny to do a challenge that said call 911 and report someone as being abducted. That's why JLR called it the Carly Copycat. Because he's wondering, is that the challenge? Is it a Carly challenge on YouTube, he said? Because the little girl is facing felony charges because her told 911 that her friend had gotten abducted. Now her might be facing a lot of time in jail. But I hope not, because she's 11. I hope not, because she's 11. Because as soon as I heard that story, I said, Lord, that one, because I don't particularly, I ain't particularly pray for no mercy on Carly. And I don't apologize for it. Carly is an entirely adult woman. If there were people involved in that with her, they were adult women. There could have been seriously somebody needing help when all of that was going on for those whole 48 hours that they were putting all of their resources out there to ensure that you came home okay. Sip that mango. But that little young lady, it would be my hopes for mercy, because God gave me mercy. I was ignorant to how 911. I was ignorant to how 911 was, and I was a whole adult. So I want mercy on this little 11-year-old girl because she was being a follower. Somebody out there's created all these babies be out here doing these challenges on these social media streets. And this is the challenge that is on YouTube, that you call 911 and report somebody abducted. And she was following as a child. They put her in handcuffs. Carly ain't even went down to the station yet. Her lawyer went down to the station for her. She ain't went down to the station, and it's a different state. And like JLR said, different circumstances. But that's a whole 11-year-old girl doing a challenge that is facing felony charges. And this chick ain't even went down to the station yet. But let me tell you a little something about my 911. So, my baby girl was like, and not my baby daughter, my baby girl. She was like, you call 911, they come. Even if you hang up. I was like, no, they don't. She was like, yes, they do. I said, and we was in there. We was having a good old time, but what? Say hi. We was having a good old time, just having a house party. Had a spade game going over there. Had a little talk it up going on over there. Had a little drink, had a little smoke in the air. Had a lot of smoke in the air. Had a lot of smoke in the air because D-God was with this fool that decided that she wanted to try it. Let's see if they come here hang up. She ain't thought nothing. All them ain't thought nothing about the drinky you and y'all. Ain't thought nothing about all that smoke in the air. While this fool decides that she wants to see if 911 comes when you hang up. So I called. Ooh, her was in her Carly age range. I was in my 20s. So was. It is what it is. So I called, and when they answered, no matter of fact, did they answer? They might have answered and said 911. I'm not quite sure if they answered. I really think that I didn't give them a chance to answer, but I'll say I did. But I really think that I did. I really think it's that serious. I really think I did not give them the opportunity to answer. When I tell y'all within the next 30 minutes, the pop, 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 pop. What did I go to? Who is it? Police. Ooh. Because nobody knew what I did. Oh my God, nobody knew what I did. It was when they got there when I was like, I did what you said. You said, I just wanted to try. Ooh, the girl that didn't believe. Let me tell you something. The God sent the right officer up those steps. And guess what? That officer didn't look like me. That officer looked like me. Excuse me, look like this me, not that me. When we got down to the bottom, when my eyes got down to the bottom of them steps, that officer looked like me. But get what this officer said that was up there in my face? Yeah, I did answer the door. Look how God set that thing up. He said, smells like y'all are having a good time in there. What I want to say to you, because I told him the truth. I always tell the truth. Look, that's how I turn myself into the public safety building. I always tell the truth. My baby girl told me you just tell the truth too much sometimes. But I believe that the truth, that they got me out of going to jail and got them out of coming in that house. She said, if my partner would have been up here, he would have wanted to come in the house. So yeah, there you guys. That's my story about 911. Y'all better stop calling 911 as a hoax, because the police ain't gonna keep playing with y'all. It's gonna become serious for y'all, like for real. Come on now. Come on now. And that's a baby, like I said. That's a baby. So I really, because God showed me mercy, I really wants mercy on the baby. But then where there be a Carly, that sounds a little bit like an insane in the membrane. So they're saying here that the two charges that Carly is potentially facing is falsely reporting an incident and falsely reporting an incident to law enforcement agencies, which sound like they probably are some misdemeanor charges. Life and people are going to make it hard for Carly. And I don't know, like, it was this all for clout? For I would hope that you ain't go out there and create a whole kidnapping hoax so you can get some likes and views. I hope not, but this like and view thing is a big thing. All I be like, Lord, I thank you that it's falling into place. God told me to engage, and so I'm watching engagement, and I'm gonna thank y'all every time that I watch my engagement change as I do better, as I become faithful. I don't never, really don't. And I pray that I'm able to keep my word at all points. I never want to do something just for clickbait. Now, as I've stated, anytime you put somebody's big name in your title, and I meant it. I won't gonna come up here and talk about Meechie X and Angela Stanton and not let y'all know I was talking about Meechie X and Angela Stanton and what it was all about. But I'm not gonna come up here every time. Just like I said, I ain't put Sukihana name in my title. It might go in a clip that I cut out about her, but I'm investing time to make sure that I am using too. I ain't saying nobody else don't. You know what I'm saying? The God told me organic, and so I am working at doing this organic and watching the efforts that I'm putting in being returned to me by the way that my platforms are expressing it by you guys engaging back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we talked about the insanities of Corey Holcomb says insanities of Sukihana, and we've talked about my opinion of the insanities of Carly and her mama. Now, I'm just going to say what there is being said, and then I'm going to say this because it's not, at least it was a fact. At least it was a fact. I can't say true. I can't call it true, but I can say that what I'm about to say was a fact. And I'm gonna say, when I found how I'm about to connect it, I'm just gonna say DSM, cause that means, sister girl, it's time to pull the DSM back out, cause God gave me the DSM for a reason. God gave me the DSM for a reason. And even what I'm going back to school for has nothing to do with the DSM, but God gave me the DSM for a reason. There are those, and I have heard male and female at this point, that say that when you are transgender, that there is a mental issue attached. Some have used the word insane. Hassan Campbell just said that because there's this thing going on about Hassan Campbell is not saying that he does not have a transgender son. Hassan Campbell is saying that that person is not the son. That's what it sounds like Hassan Campbell is saying to me. But he also, Hassan Campbell is one of the ones that referred to the mental challenges of someone who is transgendered. I said that to say it was in the DSM. It was in the DSM. It has gotten removed. But what I say about, we talking political, ecclesiastical, and societal oppression. What I say about the Apocrypha? Ain't nothing I've ever studied said to me that the God said remove the Apocrypha. It said to me that peoples remove the Apocrypha for their own reasons. So I'm just begging the question. It's out of the DSM. Is there a reason that potentially political, ecclesiastical, and societal oppressors would have wanted it to be out of the DSM. Because then you would want to ask the question, why wasn't it ever in the DSM? And I understand. I understand some of the tactics that have been used to think that you can turn a person from one person to another. And those, to me, would scream insanity as well. However, everything I've ever heard expresses feeling and emotion as to that. Your feelings and emotions are controlled by your psyche. I'm emotional and I can't let go. I'm trying to get over you. That's the only song that I could think of with emotional. Shout out to Carl Thomas. I don't know the rights to that music. Hello, beautiful. Are you trying to do the same things and yet get a different result? I would absolutely, positively scratch that. I would absolutely, positively hope not beautiful. Because the definition of trying to do the same thing and get a different result is insanity. Sylvie, love you, beautiful. And she is out.